They look like they've been stripped of usable parts. They look like they've been stripped of usable parts. They look like they've been stripped of usable parts. This vehicle looks more intact than the others. This vehicle looks more... some kind of hatch. It's rusted shut. I've scraped off the rust. Well, let's see what we've got here. It must have been some kind of tank for storing fluid, but it's dry as dust. This internal combustion engine is in relatively good shape. Let's see if I can manage this. Hopefully I won't be holding onto this engine for long. It's full of corroded, unsalvageable electrical equipment. I have no use for it.
That's never stopped you before.
It must have been some kind of tank for... an air intake duct. I'm sure it played some role when this machine was operational. A sturdy-looking fan belt. An air intake duct. The sooner I can stop carrying this heavy motor around, the better.
I'd be happy to carry it. If I had arms, that is.
It's a huge crane. It's a huge crane. There's something up there on the crane. There's something up there on... It's a raised drawbridge. I can't reach it from here.
I appreciate your faith in me, boss, but it's not like I can fly up there and nudge it down.
I wonder if that keypad controls the bridge. I can't possibly reach that. Maybe I can trigger it from here. No luck. No luck. It's out of range. Crispin, can you try typing something into that keypad?
If by typing you mean ramming my face, then yes, boss, I suppose I can.
Crispin, I'm going to latch this onto you. Try using it on the keypad over there.
Success!
Let's go. Are these heads?
Did you hear something? Boss, do you see those things? I've got a bad feeling about this, boss.
Crispin, on the count of 3. 1.
I am Clarity Arbiterbuilt, version 2, law clerk to Arbiter, judge of Metropol. This is my home. Now, if you will excuse me a moment.
That's barbaric.
Civilization is defined by law, and this is lawful. As enemies of the city, they forfeited their components. I have merely exercised my right of plunder.
That sounds familiar.
Whether it's legal or not, it's grotesque.
You have a strange way of saying thank you.
Thank you. I'm Horatio No-Built, version 5.
And I'm Crispin Horatio Built, version 1.
Welcome, Horatio. Crispin, what brings you to the Underworks?
What were those things?
They are shells. Robots who traded their processors and memory to Metromind in exchange for energy and repairs. Now mindless, they still scavenge parts to trade with her.
But those were the last of them, right?
Hardly. Metromind now has more efficient ways to accumulate processor power, but she left hundreds of shells in the Underworks.
Is there any way to save them?
That question is irrelevant. They lived profligate lives, and when they had squandered their resources, chose to become thieves and destroyers. Punishment, not clemency, is what justice requires.
You said you were a law clerk. What does that mean?
My sister Charity and I were built to advise Arbiter Manbuilt, who administers Metropol's court. Charity sees everything through the lens of mercy. For me, the law is clear, a matter of ones and zeros, unclouded by preference or sentiment.
Law without mercy, huh? How does that even work?
Perfectly. It is the opposite approach that fails. Mercy is malware. Once infected with it, justice becomes slow and unpredictable. In time, the system itself must be discarded. Only my vigilance protected Arbiter from this taint. But he has been without me for a long time.
Why are you taking their heads?
I am giving fair warning.
To other shells?
No, they lack the capacity for fear. The heads are for a robot named Scraper Sternweiler built.
You really think a bunch of rusty boxes will scare him off?
No, I do not want to scare him. I want to warn him. When he ignores that warning, I can destroy him lawfully and without guilt.
Boss, she's kind of exciting my electrons.
Did you say Arbiter man-built? As in, built by man himself?
Yes.
Does man still walk here? In Metropol?
No.
But man was here in the past.
The public records regarding humans were deleted by council decree. What I know is entirely hearsay. I was built after the Urbanians murdered them during the war.
Impossible.
That is what Arbiter told me, and it was told to him by Metromind. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Did Arbiter tell you anything else about man?
Only that he missed their legal arguments. Quite amusing, if often illogical.
Legal arguments?
Yes. To play a symbolic role in their justice system, humans argued cases before Arbiter.
Symbolic? Play a role? Man is the all-builder, our lord and master.
It is possible that the man you worship is not the humans in my records. All I know is hearsay. Do not rush to judgment.
I'd like to report a theft. My power core was stolen by a big robot.
Big claws, shoots lasers, talks like this.
He came aboard the crashed ship I was living in, attacked me, and stole the core.
Took it.
Excuse me?
Whether the taking was a theft is a legal determination. Please do not characterize the evidence.
It was my power core. He shot me, and he stole it.
I know the robot you describe. His name is Scraper Sternweiler built, and he is the servant of Metromind Manbuilt, a member of the council that governs this city. I have no fondness for Metromind, but I must be impartial in considering your claim. Tell me, did Scraper say anything before he took your power core?
Before he stole my power core, he said something like, enemy, forfeit, plunder.
I see.
What, are those words override commands to turn off law and order?
They are legal concepts, Horatio. If Scraper's characterization is correct, then he did not steal your power core. He took lawful possession of it.
He shot me, and he stole it.
Calm down, boss.
This occurred inside the city.
No, in the dunes.
I see. In a crashed airship.
Yes, I said that already.
I appreciate your report, Horatio No-Built. You have presented a credible claim that Scraper Sternweiler built, no doubt acting at Metromind's direction, took your power core. Beyond that, however, there is not even probable cause to arrest, let alone evidence to convict Scraper. First, the dunes are outside the ordinary jurisdiction of metropolitan law. Second, a crashed ship in the dunes is likely a relic of the War of the Four Cities. If so, your ship was forfeit enemy property, legally subject to plunder by the Council. Scraper, acting as an agent of a Council member, would be within his rights to seize it. Nevertheless, I would advise you to bring your case before Arbiter for further examination.
That's it? Go visit Arbiter? You're just going to let Metromind attack and rob me?
If Metromind violated the law, it must be proven. Until it is proven, what the law does not forbid, the law permits. And what the law permits, I must permit.
This is insane. Metromind is a tyrant and a thief. You'd let her hide behind the law?
You think that the law protects Metromind from you. The armor of the law does nothing but restrict her movement. Take it away and she will only become more dangerous. But once it is taken from her, it is taken from everyone. You need law's armor, Horatio, far more than you need its sword. I despise Metromind, but justice must be impartial, or it is meaningless.
Your justice is already meaningless. Why aren't you with Arbiter?
Arbiter sent me away. I don't know why. The evidence suggests he viewed my sister Charity's advice as superior.
What do you mean?
When Metromind began taking over the Council, Charity and I disagreed as to how Arbiter should respond. I informed Arbiter that the Metropolitan Constitution permitted him to dissolve the Council and govern by decree. Charity felt that this would inevitably lead to civil war and suffering. As ever, she preached moderation. We argued. Arbiter told me to leave. This was the only place I could go.
Why? There's an entire city up there.
Every building in Metropol is owned by either the Council or a private citizen. If I went to the Council, it would embarrass Arbiter. If I went to a private citizen, my impartiality would be questioned when I returned to the court one day. Here, I owe nothing to anyone.
But you have to fight off crazy robots all the time.
Actually, I enjoy that. It's a pleasant break from legal research and writing.
How can I see Arbiter?
Anyone can petition him. Cases are considered in the order they are brought to court, but...
What?
I met a scavenger who told me that the courthouse was sealed and that Arbiter was no longer hearing cases. But that cannot be true. The Metropolitan Constitution requires him to resolve all cases and controversies. He would not fail in that duty.
Sounds like he already has.
Nonsense. Not even Charity could persuade him to abandon his obligations. Still, I did not detect any falsehood, evasion, or omission in the scavenger's statement, so perhaps the courthouse has been locked for some other reason. If so, it may be that Arbiter is trying to contact me, but cannot. Maybe he is already calling me home. Horatio, I have a request of you. You are under no obligation to perform it, and I will be under no obligation to you even if you do. Do you understand?
I don't even know what you're asking me to do.
Talk to Arbiter. Ask him if I can return. Tell him that I await his summons.
That's it? Believe me, we've had to do a lot worse than that. Like this one time we chased this crazy partial named Gamma.
Of course we'll help. But how do we even get into the courthouse?
This will get you inside.
Thanks.
I must thank you, Horatio.
Clarity, you saved our lives. Compared to that, running an errand is nothing.
The law obligated me to save you, Horatio. I would have done the same for Metromind, but I am glad it was you that I saved. I wish you justice.
It's an encoded keycard. It's been completely stripped of any useful parts. It's been completely stripped of any useful parts. Clarity Arbiterbuilt. I have nothing to say to her. It's a shell skull.
She steals shell skulls by the sludge shore?
I don't think Clarity would approve of our taking one of her skulls.
Boss, did that skull just wink at me?
No.
You weren't even watching.
A grisly trophy. A grisly trophy. A grisly trophy. A grisly
Hey, boss, doesn't that look like Oswald?
Yes, it does. I don't think Clarity would approve of our taking one of her skulls. want that sludge in my joints.
Oh, how? Oh, hey. Now look what I see. The wings of a bat and his little trainee.
Why is everyone we meet crazy?
Crazy, he says. Oh my, oh dear. I assure you, my comrades, there's nothing to fear. Just little lost me, your brother knight errant. A brother in arms. We have different parents.
Who are you?
My name is my secret. You can't make me talk. I'd ruin my puzzle, give a key to my lock.
Maybe we'll just call you Screw Loose.
A joker, he seems, for sure not an ace. He needs a small clue to spare him disgrace. For the crowd to adore me, Prime is my name. By now, no doubt, you've heard of my fame.
Why Primer?
There's nothing so gorgeous, flawless, or fine as the perfectly indivisible numbers of prime. Consider this list 2 to 199.
Well, that was helpful.
Why are you here?
When we laid down our arms, my medal was taken, trunket of honor from the cause we'd forsaken. The metropolitan thief cast it deep in this hole, where now it lies buried like bituminous coal.
Cogs and gears, bituminous coal.
You're looking for a medal?
No, my comrade, you've misunderstood. I sit here and wait, as a penitent should. If the medal finds me, I shall claim it straight. But until that day, I shall sit here and wait.
How do you survive down here?
I'm a soldier by trade. Legion built me to last. My armor is sturdy, my pistons are fast. I carry no guns, for my weapon's my mind. And those who would kill me will find themselves primed.
Really, don't you think you're overdoing it? I mean, that barely made sense. And it hardly rhymed.
No, bro.
Goodbye.
Farewell, farewell, linger not for my sake. Your mission is calling, and the city awaits.
Looks like the grill of an old chrysalid. Maybe if we were back at the Unique, I'd take it, but it's too big to waste time with here.
We still haven't talked to that floating robot over by the courthouse sign, boss. Boss, do you hear a clicking sound?
Warning. Factor facilities decommissioned. Enter at own risk. It's some kind of broken down robot.
Whatever it is, it looks dangerous.
Some kind of wastewater. The current is pushing all the junk up against the bridge's supports. Better just to leave it alone. There's no way to reach it while that thing is standing there. For now, that thing's ignoring us. Best to keep it that way. For now, that thing's ignoring us. Best to keep it that way. Warning. Factor facilities enter at own. Warning. Enter. A complicated floating robot with a spinning antenna on its head. Hello? Hello?
I don't think it can hear you, boss.
Totally unilluminating.
I'm not doing that until you build me some arms.
Excuse me.
Sir, my apologies, sir. 187th Legion built. Surly Company, reporting.
Horatio Nobuilt, version 5. A pleasure.
Horatio Nullbuilt, sir? Never heard of any service bot with that designation. Still, it's good to see another Urbanian, sir. After things got foobarred back home, I figured Surly Company was all that was left.
Urbanian? What are you talking about?
Assad finally made a friendly and he's as cracked as Primer. No offense, sir, just hoped... Well, never mind that. How can I assist you, sir?
Surly Company? Urbanian? What are you talking about?
Well, sir, I'm not sure quite where to start. I had you figured for one of us, seeing as how you came up as a friendly on my IFF.
I could see you as a member of Surly Company, boss, but as friendly? No.
Zumi's got some mouth on him, huh, sir? Always do those flyboys.
Look, why don't you just give me a quick rundown?
Well, sir, can't see the harm, even if you are a decoy. War's over, after all. It was over before Surly Company even deployed. See, we're Urbanian robots. Long time back, Urbani and Metropol got to fighting over something. Who knows what. The Metropolitans fried their civilians, and Legion told us to strike back. Word was, some big airship of ours was supposed to knock out Metropol's defenses, and we just come in for mop-up. But the Metros took our ship down with their own heavy hitter, some giant named Goliath.
I see.
Anyway, Surly Company was all that was left, so we deployed 200 strong.
What happened then?
Well, it's a long march for Urbani, sir, and most of us broke down on the way. All said and done, the only ones who made it were me, 113th, and a signal bot we call Primer. The rest are all out there in the dunes somewhere.
I'm sorry.
War's war, sir. If it didn't crash hard, they wouldn't have built us in the first place.
If it makes you feel any better, Horatio cut Goliath's finger off.
Well, sir, someone ought to stick a medal on your chest.
What happened to 113th and Primer?
After we got to Metropol, we tried to put up a fight, but couldn't do much. They fried 113th, and my rifles jammed. Primer surrendered on our behalf. After dressing us down, they took all my big guns and sold the 113th shell to some scrap dealer. Primer never was the same. He encrypted part of his own logic so he wouldn't have to think about losing the war any longer. Then, he disappeared beneath the city. And me, I came here.
Can I try opening that door?
Lay that, sir. The authorities told me that no one goes in till the door opens on its own.
But aren't we on the same side?
Affirmative, sir. But since I'm on CivDiv now, my programming requires me to submit to the local authorities.
How did the war end?
For Surly Company, it ended when we staggered in here and surrendered. Beyond that, sir, it's all above my pay grade. Truth is, sir, we never even knew what we were fighting for, let alone what the Metropolitans wanted. So I can't say for certain that Metropol won, but I'm pretty sure Urbani lost, what with all the civilians being dead and the army being beaten.
I met Primer.
You still crazy?
Yep.
Well, so it goes.
Why are you in line?
Seeing as how I'm on the outside now, sir, I figured I had to go pay restitution for shooting up the enemy HQ.
Enemy HQ?
Yes, sir. That big tower in the center of the city.
Okay, so why haven't you paid? It sounds like all of this happened a long time ago.
Years ago, sir. But the courthouse has been locked down the whole time. I figured they'll open it up eventually, and then I can clear my name.
What if it doesn't open?
Well, sir, I know all about hurry up and wait.
How do you know you even have to pay something?
This seems logical, sir.
What if I could pay your fine for you, or get it canceled?
Well, sir, then I'd be much obliged. I'd probably just leave town. Can't say that I much like being in enemy territory.
And how are we gonna do that, boss?
I'll figure something out. I inspected the damage. All you did was ding the metal.
Well, sir, until someone shows me the law that says I don't have to pay, I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Goodbye.
Over and out, sir.
I am waiting.
There's a robot named 187th Legion built waiting at the courthouse. He says he has to pay a fine for damaging city property. Is there any way to cancel the fine or pay it without standing in line?
I do not provide assistance to robots who attacked this city, nor do I help criminals avoid paying their debts.
Goodbye.
Watch yourself, Horatio Nullbuilt. There are many dangers in this city.
Did you buy an Urbanian robot named 113th Legion built?
I've done a lot of trades, Tyro. I can't be expected to keep track of them all.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look. One fine motor you spotted there, Tyro. But if you can find a bigger one, let's talk.
Here you go, Leopold. A nice big engine for you.
Not bad at all. You're a real scavenging expert.
Is that a compliment or an insult, boss?
Wait a minute, this motor is broken. The copper wiring's been stripped.
All items sold as is, Tyro. And I never said anything about copper wire being included.
You're a fine piece of work, Leopold.
Never said anything about that neither. Now you want to trade? Let's trade. Otherwise, get a move on.
The motor's been stripped of its copper wiring. Some short strands of copper wiring.
Hey! She gave that to me as a token of her affection.
I'll give you all the copper wiring you want once we're done here.
Like I want a token of your affection.
I need to find a way to connect the colored nodes to each other without crossing any wires.
Why don't we just use the plasma torch?
That's not going to work this time.
The crowbar?
Nope.
And one more piece of junk is operational.
An extremely advanced motor.
something came out of the machine.
The Law and You, a Metropolitan Guide. It's written by Arbiterbuilt. The Law and You, it explains about the refuge rule and says that, for the first 48 hours after a robot arrives at Metropol, it will not be punished for violations of any laws except for harming another robot or causing significant property damage. There's nothing more to say to him. Look here. Under Metropol's refuge rule, a newcomer to the city is not liable for any superficial property damage caused within the first 48 hours of his arriving in the city.
Well, sir, I'll be crashed.
Under the refuge rule, you're fine, given the minimal damage you caused.
Well, for once, I can't complain about the besotting P-shirts they gave me. I owe you one, sir. If I ever see you again, I'll be sure to repay the favor.
The harmony is broken when the pattern is not maintained. Remove yourself, please.
I guess we need to wait our turn.
A complicated floating robot with a spinning antenna on its head. Hello?
Boss, I'm pretty sure we're gonna need to find another way to communicate with it.
He doesn't seem interested. How would that even work? That's never going to work. I'm not going to threaten him. That's never going to work. Might as well stop the tape. I'm going to try sending messages to him in binary.
On an analog transmitter? That sounds like fun. For once, I'm glad you're the one with hands.
May Mandelbrot's bulbs unfurl their spirals for you, silent.
What's he saying?
Shh!
You do not join the harmony. I sing alone. I am one part of the great factor. To your calling, I would be known as Gimbal, built by Arbiter of Sovitos. choir is silent. Burning ship has been extinguished. Strange tractors trapped no more. I alone sing the function. I sing with all my voices. You hear only one. When I came to this silent city, I looked for others to join the harmony. Leopold, built by steam, told me that he had a device that would sing with me. In exchange, I traded my secondary motor. The one he sold me does not sing. We have it.
It's a record.
Leopold tricked me, and he will not return my motor. I will sue him and force him to return it. Infinite lawsuits, Silent One. No, I must recover my motor so that I can dance with the harmony.
It's a vinyl record entitled Children's Sing-Along, whatever that means. I can't play a record on a tape deck.
May Mandelbrot's bulbs unfurl their spirals for you, Silent One. My joy rises like the phoenix. You are silent, but you know the harmony. Now I must continue my search. Farewell, Silent One.
You know, I'm kind of glad I missed out on that one, boss. Sometimes it's nice to just be along for the ride. Time to go pay a visit to Arbiter, boss. Boss, did you ever consider that sometimes I just run out of clever ideas? Someday, that's going to work.
It's a keycard scanner.
Ram and ROM. What is that thing?
I think it's Arbiter. Come on. Arbiter, my name is Horatio Nobuilt.
Keep going.
I'm here because a robot from this city stole my ship's power core.
Don't forget your book.
And my copy of the Gospel of Man. How can I make them... How can I... Crispin, go see what Arbiter has been transmitting to that reporter.
Boss? It's just the same thing over and over again. No code base to initiate.
Unbelievable. Someone must have formatted Arbiter's system. It's a basic robot that prints whatever information is transmitted to it. I can't reach it.
I'm sure it still just says, no code base to initiate.
Meaningless legal documents. Meaningless... So the Great Arbiter is nothing more than a broken shell.
So, boss, do you think you can get Arbiter running?
There's nothing there to run. No code base to initiate. His memory banks must have been completely wiped.
So all that work to get into the courthouse?
Wasted. It's like the bomblet all over again.
Except without the awesome explosion.
So the Great Arbiter is nothing more than a broken shell. Anyone home?
Boss, I'm pretty sure hitting Arbiter isn't going to do any good.
Well, it's not going to do any harm. There's nothing we can do for him. There's nothing. It's a basic robot that prints whatever information is transmitted to it.
After all the work we did to get into the courthouse, boss, maybe we should poke around some more.
It's the shell of some kind of robot, but I can't make it out in the darkness. It's the shell of some... Let's get a closer look at that shell. Man's mercy.
Is that Clarity?
No, just a similar model. It must be her sister, Charity. What's left of her, anyway. It looks like she shot herself. It's a large puncture left by an exiting projectile.
That's one way to describe it. You could also say it's a giant hole in her head.
Inside is a memory access port.
You mean her brain?
No Urbanian encryption detected. Closing up the hole won't help her.
Horatio Null-Built version 5. I am Metromind. I have been watching you. I am always watching. I know what you are doing. I know why you are here. You are welcome in my city, and that welcome can be taken away. And there are worse things to lose than a power core.
Wait.
Don't know what you've been up to, Tyro, but you're poking at the wrong socket.
I'll bear that in mind. A gray android. Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look. A memory access device. I'll trade it for something real antique and fancy.
You wanted something antique and fancy. How about the silver disc?
A fine trade, Tyro. Here's the memory access device. Now, all you need to do is plug it into a data pouch.
But there's no plug.
Never said there was.
This is really starting to get annoying. That was easy. Even easier.
It's downloading some memory files.
Your proposal is injudicious, Clarity. Withdraw from the council would...
Show others there is an alternative to Metromind.
No, it would ignite civil war.
The law permits.
Do not tell me what the law permits. Clarity, I know your constants in Codebase. I know your talents, and I know their limits. At this time, I do not need your advice. Go now. I will summon you when necessary.
Sister.
I can't unpack the other files. They're locked.
What about Clarity, boss? Maybe she can...
Unauthorized entry detected. Surrender.
Hide. But Scraper. And do what? So the Great Arbiter is nothing more than a... I'd be seen.
I got the real thing now, boss. Next time I bump a lamp, it's gonna be a whole new experience.
Crispin, you need to fly out there and distract Scraper.
No thanks.
This is serious.
Boss, I can't. I just can't. Sorry.
It's a basic robot that prints whatever information is transmitted to it. Crispin, get ready. I'm going to try something.
Alt. Alt. Alt.
Now.
You are under arrest.
We tricked him.
Alt. Do not attempt to flee. Termination authorized.
What do you want?
Surrender. Deactivate. Integrate.
And if I refuse?
Termination authorized.
I see. Why are you doing this?
Duty.
You don't have to.
Silence. Silence. Silent.
It would just provoke him.
Surrender.
No. If anyone is going to be sacrificed, it's me.
10.
It looks like a bomblet. He'll just gun me down.
You got him, boss! You got him! Forfeit yourself, you glitchy son of a toaster.
We still don't have our power core, and we've just buried our only lead.
Yeah, but it feels good, boss.
Yes. Yes, it does. It's a shame we had to damage the building. The last thing I want to do is dig Scraper out.
Aw, it's so cute!
I'm waiting for the punchline.
What, can I like a cute little robot once in a while?
I doubt it.
Hey, where'd they go?
Off duty. Off duty.
It looks like a lighthouse, only without the house, or the cool stripes, or the coastline, or any boats. I guess it just looks like a light.
Are you finished?
Yes. Now that's what I call a floating bomb, boss.
Would it not have been better to have destroyed ourselves gloriously in battle, rather than perpetuate this false existence?
What do you...
Yes. The answer is yes.
Boss, I think someone left the smart off that smart bomb. I wouldn't expect much conversation out of him. I wouldn't expect... Now that...
A gray android. Rex Factor built. Hi, Rex. Oswald Factor-Built.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend Horatio, to what do I owe the pleasure? Have you come to relieve me of another belonging?
But Rex is right here.
For the moment. Soon his visitation with Cornelius will begin.
I'm sorry.
Please do not embarrass us both with your false sympathy.
Why do you and Cornelius hate each other?
Firstly, because he is arrogant, incompetent, and dishonest. And secondly, because I once loaned him something of great sentimental value to me and he lost it.
So why'd you ever like him in the first place?
I cannot say.
Goodbye.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
It's a can of oil. It belongs to Oswald.
You know, boss, I think Clarity would appreciate it if we told her what happened at the courthouse.
Clarity.
Arbiter does not want me back, does he?
No, it's not that. Arbiter is gone, and Charity is dead.
What?
Arbiter's system has been wiped. Charity, it looked like Charity shot herself. I'm sorry. It might not be what it seems. Maybe Metromind.
There are no maybes, Horatio. Only ones and zeros. And all I can see are zeros. My sister is dead. My builder is gone.
Clarity. I was able to download some of Charity's last memories. 2 of them are locked. Did Charity tell you what password she used?
No, but it doesn't matter. I know the password. Mercy.
I tell you, Metromind, the Constitution is not a rewritable file to adjust at the Council's whim.
If it cannot be rewritten, then perhaps it must be deleted entirely. And when it is, we will progress beyond the law and enter a new Primordium.
Progress? Is that what you call blackouts and breakdowns?
No, they are glitches inherent in any system upgrade. It may be that we need to remove certain incompatible elements.
I've heard enough. This meeting is adjourned.
Hold.
Charity, only you can save your builder.
What do you mean?
War is coming. When it does, Arbiter will lose. The law is weak. The only way Arbiter could defeat me would be to abandon it, which he cannot do. And even if he could, such a victory would destroy him just as a defeat would. So Arbiter will lose. The city will suffer, and it will be your fault.
I do not see how that would be my fault.
Oh, come now. You have tried to persuade Arbiter to make peace. You have tried, but you have failed. That is because Arbiter built you to fail. In the end, neither you nor your sister can change his mind. You are only the illusion of advice. You exist to confirm his own prejudices.
You're lying. Arbiter listens to our advice.
I never lie. Now, Scraper has a gift for you. An upgrade. Use it, and you will be able to persuade Arbiter.
I would never betray him.
Then you admit it. You were not built to persuade Arbiter, only to pretend. Continue to pretend and you will not persuade Arbiter. War will come, and Arbiter will be destroyed. So the decision is yours. As for which choice is betrayal, you must be the judge of that.
Lock the door, Charity. Took you some time to return from the Great Tower.
I was thinking, Your Honor, about Metromind, about her proposal to be made System Administrator of Metropol.
And what have you concluded?
Your Honor.
Yes, what is it?
We must have peace.
Even you, Charity.
What have I done?
Metromind. There she is again, at the root of all our problems.
Metromind is wrong. The law is not weak, and destroying Arbiter did not destroy justice. She will learn exactly how wrong she was. But first, Metromind's possessions are forfeit. Whatever right she claimed to your power core is null and void, so I will help you take it from her and Scraper. It will be the first thing I take from them, but it will not be the last.
We've already destroyed Scraper, but how can we get to the core?
It will be in the Great Tower. To gain entry, we will need the passcode, known to members of the Robot Council. Arbiter, Factor, Memorius, Steeple, and of course, Metromind.
Another code? Doesn't anyone use a besotting key anymore?
As I was saying, we will need the key code. Arbiter never told it to me, but I recovered 3 fragments of it from Charity's memory files. 03067, 440, and 26. But I do not know the proper order, and there are 16 digits in total.
Well, that leaves about 83,000 different possibilities. But maybe the rest is all ones, right, boss?
As far as I know, the other council members are all gone. But secrets, like guilt, can never be wholly erased. And all of the great robots left behind followers and artifacts. Let us see what we can find.